Hello, I am Dr. Stephen Lynch, and I want to welcome you to my new channel called Seismic Safaris. Seismic is ultimately a visual science because its value is only established through observation. But our ability to observe seismic has not kept pace with our ability to acquire and process seismic. Seismic Safaris is all about catching up. There's no theory here. Each episode will simply be an expedition in observation. And the purpose of each episode is to bring you face to face with a mindset. The mindset is that amplitude is color and structure is grey. And it is that mindset that is the proverbial elephant in the exploration boardroom. To begin, although seismic safaris and the field of virtual seismic reality are new, they both really began, lost in the mists of time, with this image. The year I produced it was 1979. It was literally the digital Stone Age. No one had a cell phone, or a tablet, or a digital computer. And all seismic looked like this, the venerable old wiggle trace display that descends from the beginning of time. But then we had a breakthrough in the form of this, the Applicon Color Drum Plotter, and for the first time we could create large-scale color plots. I used one to create this, a stacking velocity display overlain by the wiggles of the final stack. I produced it for Gulf Canada, and it was so popular that for a few moments at least, I was famous, at least within Gulf. But what is it they say? All glory is fleeting. I next tried my hand at seismic, and I produced a display that looked very much like this. When I showed it to an interpreter, he said, "Congratulations, you have produced a square wave display," and he predicted that no one would ever use it. But as the two geniuses once said, prediction is hard, especially about the future, and he got it wrong. We use variable density displays all the time because they are our only way of visualizing amplitude. So he was wrong about anyone using it, but he was still right about it being a square wave, and as a result, I am not the least bit proud of being one of the first to produce one, because it is just a chromatic square wave. Enter the new millennium and the world of virtual seismic reality. This is a modern version of one of my earliest virtual reality displays. Not surprisingly, I was fascinated by them, but there was a problem, because by the time I produced this display, I had been working with this display for more than 20 years, and it had defined my perception of what seismic looks like and what it is capable of. Although I didn't realize it at the time, I had developed a mindset that amplitude was color and that structure and details were grey. And for the longest time, that mindset prevented me from seeing that virtual reality produced more than just engaging curiosities. It took me a long time and a PhD in seismic visualization before I recognized their significance and true exploration potential. So let's move on another 20 years to today. Today I am putting images like this in front of you. What you are looking at is a surface where the seismic amplitudes form the terrain. Think wiggle traces turned on edge and connected. But you have had 20 more years looking at images like this, sometimes all day, every day, and images like this have produced the same mindset in you that they produced in me. It's not what you see in this image that is important. It's what you don't see that will define the future of exploration. And Seismic Safaris is all about proving to you, strictly through observation, that seismic, when you finally see it, is truly amazing. I will finish by reminding you of what I said at the outset, that seismic interpretation is ultimately a visual science, because its value is only established through observation. Clearly, our ability to visualize seismic and observe geological details has not kept pace with our ability to acquire and process it. Seismic acquisition and processing are futuristic technologies, and fields such as artificial intelligence and machine learning will lead us into the future. But our visualizations are mired, by mindset alone, in the technological Stone Age. I remember producing this display. It was literally the Stone Age, and it's time we moved on from the technologies that produced it and started embracing the technologies that produce this. This is more than a pretty picture, and Seismic Safaris is how I will prove it. This series is intended to familiarize you with virtual reality seismic displays. Each episode will present a different seismic scenario, and all I'm looking for is for you to recognize the displays for what they are. They are seismic in its natural analog state. There is no theory, just observations. Behind Seismic Safaris are two realities that the exploration industry must learn and get behind. The first is that we have barely scratched the surface of what seismic can tell us. The second is that seismic, when you finally see it, is truly amazing. So subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for some truly exceptional expeditions. For now, I am Dr. Stephen Lynch. Thank you for watching.